Hey everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena, Northernlion's Den. 4-2 is the Shaman deck. It's a little bit worse than the 3-0, or yeah, it was 3-0 that we started the last episode as. But I was pretty confident that we were going to burn off 3 straight losses there when I ended up playing my third game against the same person I lost my second game to. So I'm pretty pleased that we were able to salvage a win, and actually a pretty... Ooh, that's not the same guy. Good. We played Captain Rob, who kicked our ass when he was a warrior. I remember that name. I'll never forget it now. Obviously, we're going to reroll all of these. But yeah, a very kind of decisive win in that third game as well. I believe I won 30-0, which is something that doesn't happen all that often, especially after getting your ass kicked by exactly the same deck a little bit earlier. Suffice it to say, if we end up losing one, I will do deck drafting and probably another run, or another game at the very least, in the course of this episode. Going first here with a 3-4-4-5 kind of hand is not very good for me, and it's going to be difficult for me to establish any form of board control. I'm very thankful that he didn't do anything on his second turn. The good news is, as a shaman, at least you can use your hero power if you've got nothing else to do. 2 mana for a 1-1 creature that does not have charge is really bad. I mean, think of the 1 drops you normally get, right? Like, Elven Archer at least does 1 damage. It's a 1-1. Stone Tusk Boar has a charge attack, and it's a 1-1. Yeah, but anyway, Searing Totem. I mean, it's just a contingency. It's not that this totem is necessarily terrible. So I'm tempted, of course, to use Feral Spirit here, summon 2/3 Spirit Wolves with Taunt. But this also costs us Overload of 2, so we'd only have 2 mana available on the next turn. And that honestly could be more trouble than it's worth. So I think I'm just going to summon another totem, and we'll see what it is. Spell Power +1. Oh, no. Return 1 health to all friendly minions. And I'm doing this mostly so that on the next turn I can... Twilight Drake, in all honesty. The problem with playing Feral Spirit is that it would fuck us so badly for the future. Honestly, I don't mind Cleave there, because those are minions that are bad anyway. I'm not saying he got bad value out of it, because he definitely didn't. Now, the thing about this, Twilight Drake as a 4/7 is a pretty nice 4-mana drop, obviously. But if he just attacks me with River Crocolisk and then hits me with... Execute, or whatever that card is called, Assassinate, it basically kills an undamaged, or kills a damaged minion, and I believe it only costs 1 mana, so he could take me out fairly easily. In fact, he can probably find a way to buff Jungle Panther and do it that way as well. So, Venture Company Mercenary is an interesting choice for us here. I don't necessarily want to use it right away. In fact, this might be the turn where we want to use Feral Spirit to protect our Twilight Drake for a little bit, and we'll summon another totem as well. Tempted to sort of use Bloodlust, but I'm not going to do it right now. Instead, we'll do it this way, and we'll see where these minions kind of fall out, and we'll summon... you know, it's actually kind of an interesting prospect to use Young Priestess in this situation. This might be the only time we ever get any value out of Young Priestess, so let's do that instead of summoning a random totem. And... I'm going to kill River Crocolisk. I thought about not doing it this way, but, I mean, the thing is he could just execute me this turn. But this at least makes him work harder to take the other taunt off the board. Obviously, he could trade Jungle Panther for Spirit Wolf if he wants to. And there's also Oh, Arcanite Reaper is going to be able to do some work, too. He's probably going to use one of those to kill the other taunt. That will give me some board control. And honestly, Twilight Drake should live through the next turn. So I have 3 mana. Sorry, 4 mana. I'm thinking about how to deal with this. There is something to be said for possibly doing a Arcanite, or not Arcanite Reaper, like an Ancient Brewmaster and pulling Twilight Drake back into my hand so he can't kill it. But I don't think that's that bad. Like, at this point, Twilight Drake's basically the same as Ancient Brewmaster, 4/5 versus 5/4, so I would rather just get the attack out of Twilight Dragon. Oh, if we're going to do it, we should attack with it first. That much is obvious. But I kind of like it as is. I think instead what I'm just going to do is just Jungle Panther, and we'll hope that Young Priestess does the healing to Twilight Drake, so Arcanite Reaper can't kill it instantly, but this is kind of RNG. There might be a case to be made for, like, not playing Jungle Panther just so that Young Priestess is guaranteed to heal him, but here's the moment of truth. Good. But I wanted to get a creature out on the board just in case he starts trying to establish board control again. Ooh. So he has 6... Okay, so he had to use his upgrade power there. That sucks because it gives it durability as well, so it does have 1 more durability, and he has 5 mana left to do something. And now's the moment of truth. It's like, do I want to use Bloodlust on the next turn? It's a tough question. He has a charge. He's going to use that on Young Priestess for sure. Bloodlust I definitely do not want to use now. So, Fire Elemental's a weird choice, because if I play it now, then I kill Stormwind Knight, cool, but he kills me with Arcanite Reaper on the next turn. Is that worth it? Probably not. If I instead just get hit by Arcanite Reaper, then I can send out Fire Elemental on the next turn and be okay. In fact, I can probably get him to use Arcanite Reaper to attack Venture Company Mercenary. The other thing that I could potentially do is attack him directly with Jungle Panther, Ancient Brewmaster, put Jungle Panther back in my hand, and then play it again. Kind of like the idea of Venture Company Mercenary, though. And then the Totem as well. Maybe it's a taunt. Is not. It heals our minions. And then it's like, do you want to kill the Stormwind Knight? Yeah, we could. But maybe I won't, because then he makes a pretty nice target for Fire Elemental. In any case, I'm interested to see how he chooses to handle this. My guess, without knowing what cards are in his hand, is that he's going to Arcanite Reaper the Venture Company Mercenary. Obviously, the problem inherent with this is that he's going to take 7 damage in the meantime, and that puts him in a pretty scary situation. And if Venture Company Mercenary doesn't get killed, he's in a scary situation as well, because it does 7 damage by itself. But we'll see. Maybe he's going to use... Silverhand Knight's a good card. It's not necessarily going to stop the bleeding. Yeah, he had to do that. So that's fine. And he's going to armor up, which is probably a smart play as well. So this is it's a tricky moment. We have to be a little careful here. And I'm just thinking about how we do this. We can't Fire Elemental and Dark Iron Dwarf. Earthen Ring Farseer doesn't do anything for us. What I want to do is get that Squire off of the field. That should be obvious, though. I could Fire Elemental and kill the... Sorry, I want to get the Silverhand Knight, not the Silverhand Squire off the field. I want to have as many creatures as possible available. I feel like I'm missing a really obvious play here. But if I want to have as many creatures as possible before I use Bloodlust, that's the main thing. But how do I get board control here? It only gives you +3 mana. Dark Iron Dwarf is not useful yet. Maybe Fire Elemental, kill the Squire. He's going to have to work harder to kill this next turn. We'll summon a Totem because that's all we can do at this point. Stoneclaw? No. Spell damage +1, though. Doesn't work with Bloodlust. But, again, if you keep forcing him to deal with Fire Elemental, otherwise I could maybe kill him on the next turn. Or, the other thing I was thinking is that I could wait until I get to 10 mana, Ancient Brewmaster, and then get the value out of the Battle Cry again. He played a Arathi Weaponsmith, which is pretty good. He'll probably use that to kill some of my totems, but I'm lucky right now in that my totems are pretty bad. Draw a card for each damaged character. That's only 2, isn't it? Oh, I got super lucky with that Battle Rage. It's essentially the same as Arcane Intellect there. Cruel Taskmaster. He's going to use that on... Alright, smart play, I guess. And then he'll attack one of my totems, which is not necessarily a bad move. He isn't able to armor up, but I wasn't able to do damage to him, so, you know, fair play. And I'm back in basically exactly the same position that I was in last time. So, I think this turn maybe we do... Oasis Snapjaw, Earthen Ring Farseer, Totem. Oasis Snapjaw, Earthen Ring Farseer, heal ourselves, and then we play a Totem as well. And I kind of got to do this just... if I can keep creatures on the field, if I can keep 3 creatures on the field and he doesn't have a taunt, Bloodlust is an instant kill. Like, not instant, but it gives every creature +3 damage. That's enough to do 9. And assuming they have 1 damage of their own, then it makes me capable of killing him. Because his health is low enough. But we're slipping a little bit here. Hopefully, he doesn't have any taunts yet, and now it's mostly a decision of, you know, how is he going to do this? He's going to trade Arathi Weaponsmith for Earthen Ring Farseer. He's going to get a huge buff, of course, on Flesh-Eating Ghoul, so I would ideally love to kill Flesh-Eating Ghoul on this turn. 10 damage. So I can do 7 damage with Oasis Snapjaw this turn. How? Dark Iron Dwarf gives him +2. Bloodlust gives everybody +3 except for me, which is the bad part. I was thinking like Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay, well, let's think about this. Dark Iron Dwarf. Boom. And now it's like, do we want to kill Flesh-Eating Ghoul? Probably, but... And then I could Bloodlust here. And everyone gets +3 just for this turn. Is that valuable? I don't know. Maybe we just kill Flesh-Eating Ghoul instead. Now we got to attack him directly. This is a very, very tricky spot to be in. The problem is if I played Cobalt Geomancer, it doesn't affect Bloodlust. So we're gonna try. We're gonna go for the moon here, and even if we miss, we'll land amongst the stars. And then we only have 1 mana. So he's got to kill everything this turn. He should be able to and still live. But we've only got to deal 3 damage, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to it. If only I had a charge or my weapon or some burst damage of some sort. Like, I have Lava Blast. Is that somewhere in here? We have 17 cards left in my deck. That's kind of like a lot, actually. So I'm not happy about that. Obviously, he has to do that. And that makes the Flesh-Eating Ghoul so strong. Is he going to really trade? Well, if he's going to trade Flesh-Eating Ghoul for Oasis Snapjaw, then I'm happy with the trade I made. But he's going to be able to play a great creature here, potentially, if he has one. It's not that great because a spell could still do some serious damage if I get either Lightning Storm or Lava Burst, but we'll see. Fiery War Axe is great for board control, obviously. We'll see. It's a very weird game right now. He could potentially pull it back if I'm unable to deal damage to him. So, seems like the obvious play here is Fire Elemental, and then deal 3 damage to him directly, and then pull it back with Ancient Brewmaster. And now, like, this is such a fucked up situation now, because he's gonna, like, slowly die, because he can only heal himself for 2 per turn by giving himself the armor. So, because I have 2 Ancient Brewmasters, I could potentially, over time, kill him. But what I'm really waiting on here is just give me Lava Burst or Lightning Storm. Either of those allow me a chance to win. And it's not like I'm in a terrible position, but it is probably closer to 50-50 right now than most of you are thinking, because I'm obviously up 23 to 2+2 armor right now, right? Like, that looks like a very one situation for me, but it's not necessarily. It's not at all. Playing the Archmage, I'm assuming he's doing that, or Archmage, I guess. I'm assuming he's doing that basically entirely for the mana benefit that he'd get there. So he's going to hit me. He's got basically no mana left. Spellbreaker, silence a minion. This is also potentially really good. But I can't resist the temptation to be a shithead. So I think, here's the thing. Like, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We could silence the minion. Bring it back. I think this is the best option, even. So, you know, we send this guy out. And we deal 3 damage. And then we Ancient Brewmaster and put him back in our hand. And then this is an instant kill next turn. So if he doesn't kill me this turn, he will die. Unless he can armor up a little bit. There are cards in the warrior deck that give them like +5 armor or +8 armor even. I don't know. +8 armor I think is the mage play. Can he kill me? That would be interesting. He's got 10 mana. I'm down to 4 health. Does he have a card that he can use? He's going to armor up. Oh, this is so scary. I didn't even run the math because I was so confident I was going to live. Oh my god, I can't believe I won that. That's hilarious, and also I feel bad a little bit for him. But I'll take the win. It was a good one. It was a scary one for sure. And I'm happy to have pulled it out. But yeah, I didn't even run the math because I was like, I've got at least 1 turn left. But he actually got a lot closer than I expected. There were some cards that he could have drawn that probably would have killed me. So I got a little lucky. I was a little bit cheeky with my endgame tactics there, but it worked out, so I'm pleased with that. We're going to be at least 5-3 with the Shaman deck. Probably better than expected, given that, again, this is my first real time playing as the Shaman class. So any win past 3 is good for me, in my opinion. So to be 5-3 at a bare minimum is nice. We're playing against another Hunter. We had a bad game against a Hunter earlier, I thought, but this is okay. This is the first time we've seen Totemic Might in all of my recording sessions today, which is crazy, because this is like recording session 3, which is like game 9. So for this card not to show up at all is pretty crazy. But I re-rolled basically everything because I didn't like the cards that we have. I think a major problem with this deck is I really don't have that many 0 to 3 mana creature cards that I'm comfortable playing. There's no point in coining into Totemic Call here. We might do a 3rd turn coin Twilight Drake, just because obviously the earlier you get Twilight Drake out, the better it is. I like that he's using his hero power. As long as I just summon totems, it puts creatures on the field and also keeps cards in my hand, so Twilight Drake continues to hold some value, which is nice. I don't really care that that's the taunt, unless he can't kill it this turn, in which case Twilight Drake will get the benefit of not being able to be aggroed. Jungle Panther, kind of annoying. He'll probably use that to kill the totem on the next turn. But then I can kill him with Lightning Storm, for sure. So, I think we coin Twilight Drake. It should be 4-7, which is pretty standard when you play it this early. Acceptable. Is there any point in giving it Totemic Might? Not really. It would still... the Jungle Panther could still kill the totem easily. He can multi-shot. That would be enough to kill... multi-shot plus sacrificing the Panther would be enough to kill Twilight Drake. But that's an acceptable value proposition for me. That's what he's going to do. I see I've spent a lot of time playing as the Hunter. This is okay for me, in all honesty. I'm okay that he made that decision. Because we pulled another Twilight Drake, which is dumb. That was a legitimate apology, by the way. That's not me being cheeky. That's just a very shitty luck for him. So we're able to get another 4-7 on the board. You know, he's got 5 mana. He could deal with it somehow. Tundra Rhino he's going to use to attack me directly. Probably a smart idea. We could play Venture Company Mercenary on this turn. We could also play Young Priestess. Totemic Might does nothing for us yet. Lightning Storm doesn't do enough value. Lava Burst would kill him. But then what would we do? Maybe we Lava Burst. That'll take us Overload. We'll have 4 mana on the next turn, which we can't do shit with. Whatever. Let's Venture Company Mercenary. And honest... Oh, I was going to say let's kill the Tundra Rhino as well, but I actually can't. So that was maybe a little bit of a mistake there. But there's no Overload on this, so now my spells become a little bit higher value because I can play them, whereas minions normally cost me now. I wonder what that's going to be. Deadly Shot is a random minion. I actually don't know what card that could be. Unless he was going to buff me somehow? It's not a beast, is it? I don't even know what value that would give it. He's in a weird spot, there's no question about that. The 5 mana... Ooh. I don't know if I like that, honestly, because I'm just going to kill him next turn anyway. Unless he... Oh, he can attack me. I totally did not realize that. For some reason, I thought Venture Company Mercenary had a totem. Or had a taunt. We do not have any way to get Spell Power +1, and that's the frustrating part. I also hate that Flame Tongue Totem is a minion. Otherwise, if it was a spell, I could get so much value. But I like the idea of using Lightning Storm. It's got to kill one of these guys, right? Spell Power +1 would be so valuable. Don't... Okay, they killed both of them. That's exceptionally lucky for me. Very, very lucky for me. I think at this point, then we just summon a totem, because I don't want to incur any more overload penalties. And if it's a taunt, which it is, maybe we'll give our totems... I should really wait until I play Flame Tongue Totem to use Totemic Might. I wonder if this is Explosive Trap. If it is, I should have waited on the totem. In fact, why don't we try this then? I'll give him +2 health, just in case it is Explosive Trap. And we'll see. Yep, so that's fairly normal. At least it keeps the taunt alive. I definitely could have saved myself the card just by not playing it yet. Or not playing the totem yet and playing it later. But all told, this actually turned out pretty well. Now what is he going to do? Multi-shot could potentially wipe out some tough minions, and it's cheap. Explosive Shot, oh, that'll kill everyone. That's also pretty good. So he's lucky he didn't use that straight away. So I've got a little bit of a health advantage, a card advantage for sure. And... with 5 mana on this turn, I think we do 2 Stormforged Axe, 2 Acidic Swamp Ooze, and 1 Young Priestess. So he was good to clear off the board as quickly as he did. I think he made good on that. For 4 mana, he could multi-shot, but I have some good stuff going on here. Oh, no, that weapon is so... playing Acidic Swamp Ooze there, really smart play. I feel like me and this guy are well matched. And, you know, that's somewhat maybe skewed by... the quality of the deck or the way things are going so far, but, So he doesn't get any value out of the Timberwolf right now. But, I do feel like we're maybe similar skill-wise, so Blanchy or Blanchy, kudos to you so far. He has a card disadvantage. I feel like I'm in a good position. Let's, there's no point in losing Young Priestess if I could make him trade for Young Priestess. That's what I'm thinking. Lava Burst we can use later. So with Charge and Divine Shield, I don't want to wipe anyone out necessarily, because this puts me in the position where I can be hurt by a multi-shot. So I would rather just hit him directly, like this, and then force him to attack me. Now, the caveat here is if he manages to have a lot of charged beasts in his hand, that's a real fucking problem. Now, he's going to sacrifice his creature for mine, and he's going to go for the Starving Buzzard buffs now, which is going to give him some card draw. Oh, that Deadly Shot is so useful in this situation. The good news for me is that Cobalt Geomancer Lava Burst does put me in a really nice position with the spell power, right? So, I think I play Earth Elemental, and that's obviously a card that is very scary to him. And then I'm going to play Searing Totem, and then I'm going to put like Flame Tongue Totem in the middle. How much? It's overload of 3, so I'm going to have 8 mana next turn. So if I'm able to attack with like anybody on the next turn, I should be able to kill him by way of Cobalt Geomancer's Lava Burst combo, which does 6 damage. Searing Totem does 3. Earth Elemental has 8 health, so he's got to find some way to deal with it. He can kill it with, oh, his hero's immune while attacking. Okay, so he can kill it like that. I should still be able to kill him. He's only got 3 mana left. He's got to kill the Searing Totem or he's going to lose on this turn. This is a very tough call. I probably, if I were him, considering that Searing Totem is so much less valuable, actually, that'll work too. No, it won't. Considering that Searing Totem is so much less valuable than the Buzzard, I would have done exactly the same thing that he did, so I can't blame him. But I do think this will be the end of his life. So, just very lucky play from me. And you know what? Very well played to Blanchy or Blanky as well. That was a fun game to play, and I hope it was a fun game to watch as well. Lots of weird little kind of tactical mind games going on there. We get some more cards here, which is always nice. And why don't we do another one? Because if we do end up losing, then this is a convenient end point to this video. But as of right now, that was a fun game. That was maybe some of the most fun that I've had in an arena game in quite some time. Not that Hearthstone is not fun in general, but that was upper echelon for sure. I had a lot of fun with that. And of course, you know, winning helps a lot. And we're going to be playing against a rogue this time. Dave Raider. I hate to bring this up. You could probably jinx myself. But we are only... I think we get rid of Flame Tongue Totem, but we keep Stormforged Axe and maybe even... I don't have any card draw in my deck, so Twilight Drake just tends to get worse as time goes on. So I'm just going to redraw Flame Tongue Totem. I like having the weapon right up. Oh, are you kidding me? It's like a 1 in 27 chance or something like that. Anyway. I don't want to jinx it because, you know, obviously there's some superstition out there that if you mention that you're doing well, things are, you know, you're setting yourself up for failure. But we are only 1 win away from the best arena finish that I've ever had. And weirdly enough, both of those, I feel you, dude. I understand that class, or I understand that play. Weirdly enough, both of those were with classes that I had like previously spent no time with. So I'm happy to have killed the Young Priestess there. We're going to have no ability to do anything on the next turn except summon a totem unless we draw a 2-mana card. Remember, we will only have 2 mana crystals on the next turn because our weapon contains an overload penalty. He's going to equip a weapon of his own. Remember that rogues have been nerfed pretty strongly. I wonder, it looked like he has 0 mana card, maybe with a combo. No, he's just mousing over his cards. That's fine. Of course that's fine. So I'm going to summon a totem of my own. Searing Totem is fine. I am not going to attack with my weapon because I value the ability to use it to clear the board, and eventually, you know, I've got to get some minions out at some point. Now, I should be able to play Twilight Drake on the next turn. I think it's a good... Like I said, Twilight Drake never gets better... Unless you have a lot of card draw in your deck, Twilight Drake never gets better than it is when you draw it for the first time, right? So, I'm going to play it right away. It'll be a 4/5. Ah, this is a weird coin. I wonder if he's going to head crack. River Crocolisk. Okay, weird. I really wanted him to break his weapon. But yes, Twilight Drake is our play here. 4/6, sorry, because we drew a Totemic Might just before, of course. He can't kill it unless he combos into something, but there's no way for me to stop that, and I can't kill River Crocolisk myself. River Crocolisk. There's no way I can, like, affect River Crocolisk's death or lack thereof by attacking him, so I'm just going to save my weapon and hopefully be able to use it in a more convenient situation. We have some plays next turn with 5 mana. Bloodlust is not going to be good enough, but maybe we would Flame Tongue Totem, drop Totemic Call. Maybe we'll just Lava Burst the Taunt immediately. I kind of like that idea, actually. And having another Stormforged Axe is awesome. So I think we Lava Burst him. And then... Why don't we then summon Flame Tongue Totem. And I also want to give my totems +2 health, even though it'll only work on Flame Tongue. Yes, I was looking at it and I was like, you better fucking work. So that's good. Now he's got 5. That didn't have an overload attached to it. No, but the first card did. Okay, so we'll have 4 mana next turn. That's Dark Iron Dwarf. On either of the creatures really is fine. It's effectively the same. If we spread it out, it actually makes it harder to deal with. Maybe. Okay, so he used Betrayal to cause Twilight Drake to kill the Flame Tongue Totem. That's fine. If I had known that was going to happen, obviously I would not have given it extra health, but this is okay. So, he's going to attack me directly with River Crocolisk. Obviously, I want to get River Crocolisk off the field, but we need to find a way to make that happen, right? So, on this turn, give a minion +2 attack. We're going to give that to Twilight Drake. And now it's like, how do we get rid of Acolyte of Pain with, like, maximum assholeness? Because we don't want it to live very long. But if if I attack him, that's a problem, because he can kill me next turn, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I kind of like, if I've got 6 damage on the board and he has less, I kind of like the idea of just hurting him pretty badly. And on the next turn, believe it or not, we can come very close to killing him. Actually, oh, if only I could get 11 mana somehow. It's only like turn 7. If only I could get 11 mana. He can heal himself, so I can continuously attack him over and over with like the 5 Stormforged Axe charges I have. But I feel like this game's going to be over in less than 5 turns, either in his favor or in my favor. I can do 10 damage on the next turn, plus another 6. I can kill him on the next turn, I actually can. If he doesn't take any creatures off the board, which is almost unfathomable, or if he takes like 4 damage, I think I can kill him. Because Bloodlust gives me +6, which gives me 16, and then I attack. That's 18. If he takes a creature off the board, I get 9. Then I'll only have like 11. So, smart card draw for him at a 0 mana cost. But it didn't really do much to me. Now he's got to find a way to kill Twilight Drake, probably. The other problem for him is that I could just drop Argent Commander, and that's 4 extra damage, which is actually better than Bloodlust from a value standpoint. He's in a world of hurt, maybe. Okay, so he's going to use that to attack. It's a good play. Oh, but then he didn't. He's going to kill me with his... Okay. It is a good play. But I'm still going to kill him this turn. Or I'm going to get very, very close at the very least. So let's drop Argent Commander here. And I could just kill his Argent Commander, but instead I'm going to do it like this, because then by attacking him directly, he is literally 1 turn away from death. And I don't know how he could stop it at this point. Like, any one of my creatures can kill him. My weapon can kill him. He's really just got to heal. I think he's going to concede. Okay, so that was a kind of surprising 3-0 game for us here. I totally expected to run into this and lose our first game, but instead we managed to pull out yet another victory. That's going to take us to 7-3, and we're going to stop the episode here. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode, and of course, if you did, make sure to click the like button, because it does help me out a lot, and subscribe if you want to see more daily Hearthstone. Apart from that, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.